Awesome. We are back after some technical difficulties. Don't know what you've been able to hear. Some people heard, some people haven't. But regardless, it's 62-57. Randolph Southern leads with 2:33 to go in the ballgame. The Rebels led it by 21 at the halftime break. Randolph Southern triggers the ball in bounds. They get it up into the front court to Burke. Burke on the baseline goes inside to Cardi. Cardi shots up, rebound, no good. Rebound spread off by Adams. Adams gives it off to Leisure for Daleville. Leisure into the front court, gives it off to Scott. Scott now dribble centers it, penetrates into the lane. He puts up a runner. In and out, no. Rebounds loose and fought for. Last touched by Travion Johnson. Gives the ball back over to Randolph Southern. Rebels trigger the ball in bounds. Sailor with it in the backcourt, being guarded by Travion Johnson. Dribbles into the trap. Nearly stolen away, but they get the ball into the front court to Sailor. Now comes to Burke. Burke goes down inside to Abshire. Abshire kicks it out on top. There's a three-pointer by Allen off the iron and falls in. Allen with a big three puts Randolph Southern back up on top by 8 as we're under 2 minutes. And Leisure goes to the basket, has it blocked out of bounds. Now that one actually looked like it could have been a foul, maybe more than one of the earlier ones. Leisure now. Goes inside to Wilson. Wilson thinks about the three, goes back out on top to Merrick Adams. Now to Scott. Scott, right side to Travion Johnson. Trey, between the leg dribble, penetrates into the lane, puts up a 12-footer, has it altered, and it's off the iron, no, but out of bounds off of Allen. Broncos will retain possession. Broncos were fortunate on that one to be able to keep the ball. Leisure now will trigger the ball in bounds. Broncos trail it by 8, minute 32 to go. Leisure looking, goes inside, has it not stolen away, could not get the ball in bounds. Allen gets it into Abshire. Abshire puts up the shot and scores it, and that puts Randolph Southern back on top by 10. Leisure's going to go all the way to the glass, put up a scoop shot, has it blocked, but Camden will go to the line to shoot a pair. Randolph Southern now with a 10-point lead with a minute 20 to go in the ball game. Camden readies his first free throw. Up and good. Cam readies his second free throw. Rattles around and falls in. It makes it a 67-59 ball game, but only a minute 20 to go. Randolph Southern gets it up to Burke. Comes near side with it to Cardi. Cardi drives the lane, puts up a scoop shot, and scores it. The Rebels able to get to the rim too easily. Scott now. Left baseline, gives it off to Wilson. Wilson out on top to Leisure. Leisure penetrates, puts up a 12-footer straight away, up and good. And Leisure pulls the Broncos back to within 8, but we're under a minute to play. Cardi with it now into the front court for Randolph Southern. Comes near side with it to Allen. Allen, top of the key there to Burke. Burke's runner in the lane's up and good. Too easy for Randolph Southern. The Rebels are back on top by 10 as we're at the 40-second mark. There's a three-pointer by Scott. It's no good, out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Daleville. As the home fans are not happy. They get the ball in bounds to Burke. Burke into the front court. And we get a foul, I believe. Whistle blows. They discuss what's going on. Yeah, foul against Dylan Scott. Just the second foul and a half against Daleville. They get the ball in bounds to Cardi. Back out it goes to Sailor. Now it goes near side. It comes to Allen, and he's fouled. So the Broncos still have fouls to give here as we're down to 26 seconds to go in the ball game. Sailor will trigger it in. Goes into the backcourt with it to Burke. Burke being guarded by Scott. They get it into the front court to Allen. Allen into the lane, kicks it back out on top. Randolph Southern's going to play keep away. 15 seconds 10-point lead. That's going to just about do it. Allen with it for Randolph Southern. Gives it off to Hardy. And the Broncos with a gallant comeback here in the second half. We were never able to get closer than, I can't remember, it was 3 or 4 after being down by 21 at halftime. Your final score, Randolph Southern 71, Daleville 61. We'll take a break and be back with some final numbers. You're listening to Bronco Basketball, Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where the Randolph Southern Rebels have taken a 71-61 Mid-Eastern Conference victory from the Daleville Broncos in what is the final regular season contest of the season for Randolph Southern. And Randolph Southern, I believe, has one more game against Monroe Central, if I'm not mistaken, on Friday. The Broncos are done for the regular season. If you look at this ball game, Randolph Southern jumped out to a big 21-9 lead on some hot first quarter shooting, and then the Rebels remained hot in the second quarter, outscoring Daleville 18-9 to take a 21-point lead at halftime, 39-18 being the score. Then in the fourth quarter, the Broncos started their furious comeback. They outscored Randolph Southern 26-14 to pull to trim the lead all the way down to 9. And then the fourth quarter, Randolph Southern was able to outscore Daleville 18-17 with some big baskets late. I know the Broncos had it down to a 4-point spread here, so they got it down to 4 from a 21-point disadvantage at halftime. But Randolph Southern with some big baskets late brought that lead back up to 10, 71-61, which is your final score. We're going to take another break and get hopefully your final individual scoring numbers. We're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We're back here at Daleville High School looking at your final individual scoring numbers. The Daleville Broncos, the victorious Randolph Southern Rebels were led in scoring tonight by Carter Abshire. He had 20 points, which led 4 Southern players in double figures. Quentin McDaniel added 15 points. Anthony Carty had 14. Wyatt Saylor had 11. Elijah Allen added 5. Joseph Burke had 4. And Corbin McDavid had 2 for Randolph Southern. So the Rebels again were led by the 20 from Abshire, the 15 from McDaniel, the 14 from Carty, and the 11 from Saylor. Looking at the Broncos tonight, they were led by the 20 points of Camden Leisure. And as I looked there, Cam had 6 in the first, 14 in the second. And in the second half, he had 3 2-pointers, and looks like, if this is correct, he was 8 of 8 from the line, all in the fourth quarter, keeping the Broncos in this ball game down the stretch. Camden Leisure with 20 points. Following Camden up were 2 players with 12, Merrick Adams and Travion Johnson. Dylan Scott added 11 points, and Robert Wilson 6. For the 5 Bronco players who played, 4 were in double figures. And even though Robert wasn't in double figures, he fought hard now inside there against the trees of Randolph Southern. Three players with 3 players standing 6'7", according to their roster. And if I'm not mistaken, it appears that the Broncos only played 5 players tonight. So, again, Broncos were led by the 20 points from Camden Leisure. The victory for Randolph Southern evens them up at 11-11 on the season. 5-3 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, which pulls them even with Daleville in the conference, as the Broncos record drops to 12-9 and actually 5-4. So the Rebels have 1 game left. They're 5-3. The Broncos are 1 game left in the conference. The Broncos are done both in the regular season and the conference. They are 5-4 in the conference. Well, that does it for the regular season for Daleville. As many of you probably already know, they will be taking on Anderson Prep in the Westdale sectional next Tuesday at 7:30. That game is followed by the Liberty Christian Tri-Central game. If the Broncos are fortunate enough to get by Anderson Prep, they would be playing Cowan, who has one of the byes. They'd be playing Cowan at 7:30 on Friday, with Westdale waiting on the winner of the Liberty Christian Tri-Central game at 6 o'clock on Friday. So that's your sectional draw for the Broncos. Again, that obviously comes up next week. That's just about do it from here at Daleville High School. We will see you next time. Good evening, everyone.